Good morning. Wednesday morning. We're going to start this video off in here, and we've got a few odd things to talk about. Just some of the weird parts of being a reseller. After this. So we're going to start this video off in here. We're going to start this off with just a unbelievably comical message we got the other day. It's the dumbest thing I've ever read and had to respond to, probably in my lifetime. Yeah, I can't think of much else that's much stupider than this. But we'll get into that. We sold some stuff. Sold a fair amount of stuff. We've had a pretty good week thus far. And last week was good too. Consistent sales, good size sales, so forth and so forth. So, can't complain. We'll talk about some things that, I don't know, I'm sure you know, but when you see it working, sometimes it works out. We have a guy who will literally buy any photo we have of people drinking beer, holding beer, beer advertising, you name it. If it's in reference to beer and it's in a photo, he'll buy it. And so anytime we get anything like that, we'll message him and he'll pretty much buy it. Every now and again, he's like, no, I got something similar to that or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'd say he's buying it. And this is a good example of it. This is just something we got from an album, and it's Armed Forces members in Vietnam drinking some, it looks like PBR. And then there's another brand in there that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, that's all it is. Just Armed Forces members in Vietnam. The Airborne Club of Vietnam is what it says here on the back. Drinking beer. $8 plus shipping. Sorry. Had to do a battery change in the camera. It goes from half full to dead like that. So, should have known better, but I didn't. So, chipping out the beer photo. Yeah, and I guess by telling you guys this is that, I know there's a lot of stigma behind answering messages and, people that will message you 9 times out of 10 don't turn into buyers. And unfortunately, the vast majority of that is true, is that a lot of people just ask questions for the sake of asking questions, or they ask ridiculous questions that can never be answered, or something to that effect. And yeah, so I get all of that. But every now and again, people will message you, like this guy. And, I'd say it was certainly worth answering his message. He bought a few photos off of us originally. And, then just sent us a message afterwards and was like, hey, if you ever get anything beer related, message me, because I collect that kind of stuff. And we were like, sure. And most people, like I said, will just ignore it and maybe never message the guy. But this guy's probably bought $300 worth of photos off of us in the past year. So, good lesson. Sometimes it's pretty good to answer things like that, or at least pay attention to it. We sold more weird photographs today. This is, it is a photograph, but it's also a postcard. This is an RPPC, or real photo postcard, of 3, what we assume are sisters. It does say sisters on the back, but either way. 3 sisters, $5. Not a huge, money maker there, but it's a postcard, and we've probably paid 3 cents for it, so I'm okay with selling it for $5. And that leads into what we discussed last week, or it compounds what we talked about last week, which is RPPCs sell well, and they sell easily, and not all of them, especially the portraits, are really worth a fortune. I know there are people in this world that see the words or see an RPPC and immediately will price it to $10, $11, $12, $13 or higher. And it's just not, they're not all worth that kind of money. Just they aren't. There are ones that are, don't get me wrong. There are old photographs and postcards that are worth tons of money, or can be worth tons of money. And The portraits just aren't. That's all there is to it. Just like cabinet cards, same general idea. Getting back to odd photos, and I'm sure this is more because of what it is. This is Lake Tansi, Tansi Village in Crossville, Tennessee. It's a country club. There we go. It sold for $6. These country club ones, although they're hard to find. A lot of the times, comping them is kind of difficult because, they probably didn't make a lot of them, and a lot of them are country clubs, so they're exclusive to the members. So there's not a lot of visitors. So there's, there isn't a lot of them out there, but I always kind of price them a couple dollars higher just because, there will come a time when somebody's looking for one or someone sees one and buys it. So they are slow sellers, even slower than most postcards, but they do sell, and they do sell for a little bit more money than your average postcard. So there that goes. So we're going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. Oh boy. So I'll put it up on the screen too, but we're going to read it together because if you follow my Instagram, you saw my response to this. And I'll show you my response and then elaborate. And it reads like this. I did not, receive order number, whatever. They list the order number. I would like it reshipped or refund. ! I will need to update delivery address, and I no longer have the card that was used. So if a refund is to be issued instead, how will we go about doing that? ? Thanks. There's a few things here. The first thing is that this order was placed December of last year. It arrived and says it was delivered December 24th of last year. So that's almost 7 months ago. This order was placed and received, according to the post office, to this person. So right away, red flags are going up. Because it's like, what? You didn't realize till now that something was amiss, that you were missing. This is a Victoria's Secret sweatshirt, by the way. It's not a big ticket item. I think they paid like $12 or $13 for it. But either way, you didn't realize that you were missing something you bought. I mean, don't get me wrong. I order things that I don't give a crap about. And, I would probably not know if they showed up because Sarah might have grabbed them. Like, we order a lot of packing supplies and things of that nature that I just don't, I don't care when they show up. I don't care that they showed up. I would care if we ran out of something I ordered, but the vast majority of the time, Sarah grabs them, maybe puts them away or puts them downstairs in our stock room or whatever. But the vast majority of the time, I don't really pay much attention to it. But if I order a piece of clothing or something like that for myself, or even for somebody else, I'm going to notice whether it didn't show up, probably within at least 2 weeks from the time it didn't show up. But yeah, 7 months, I don't know about that one. So that's the one part about it. The other part about it is apparently this person doesn't live at the address anymore and doesn't have the card that was used to purchase it. So let's take this out of the realm of online retail sales and put it into a store. So let's say you bought an LCD television from Walmart. And you walked into Walmart with no receipt, no product, and not even the payment method or the statement that you used to buy the product, and said, I want a refund for an LCD television I bought 7 months ago, but I don't have the LCD television, I don't have the receipt, and I don't have the payment method I used to buy it. Please give me a refund or another one. They would just laugh at you because it's comical. Because you have no proof that you ever bought this thing. You have no proof that it exists, that it was shipped to you, that you have it or you don't have it, and you don't even have proof that you paid for it. So, and I know everyone's going to say this is a scam. And, okay, it could be, sure. You know, it could be like a PayPal scam where they expect somebody. But talk about playing the long game with a scam. Because we looked, and this person legitimately did buy something from our store. Maybe somebody made a ghost account of them or something. I don't really know. But they legitimately bought this product. So this person bought the product they're asking about. And then to wait 7 months and then send this message, either this person is the world's worst scammer or they're a moron. I'm leaning towards moron. Because, what? Why? Why would you do that? So my response, and I called eBay because, you know, it got a little scammy. It sounded a little scammy to me, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna call them, let them know. So my response is this, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've already read it. Hi there. So a couple things. This order was placed last December and it showed as delivered on December 24th. So since it's over 90 days and you don't have the card, there is nothing we can do, really. eBay has advised me that to have you contact them directly if you have any questions. Thanks, have a great day. And that's the most polite way I can say, you're an idiot, and I'm not giving you your money back, and you can have a nice day. Which, you know, and have a nice day has a little underlying context, but, you know, because this is a pre-recorded thing, we're going to keep it PG and under G-ish. So we won't swear or say what we really mean by have a nice day. It's the Southerners have a different expression, which is, oh, bless your heart. Same general idea, which means, you know, you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I know it's very easily dismissed as a scam, and when I put it on my Instagram, got a lot of comments, especially people from trading card sellers, and they're like, I get this all the time. And it's the same response. I give the same response every time, too. And it just makes me wonder. You know, how many people are out there buying things and not paying attention to what they're buying? I mean, again, unless it's like something business related and mundane, the vast majority of the time I'm paying attention to it. You know, and if it's something that I really want, like my bread maker, like I know exactly when that's coming. And chances are good I'm waiting here for it. And as soon as it comes, I'm outside getting it, you know, and so forth. And I feel like most people are like that. When you order something that you want, you know, you have a vague idea of when it's going to show up. And you get excited when it's going to show up. Now, maybe this person wasn't excited about the sweater, but are there really people out there that are just ordering stuff like crazy to the point where they have no idea that something didn't show up till 7 months later? I mean, maybe. It's very strange. And then, I guess the audacity is what gets me next, is that they feel it's our responsibility to do something because, you know, if this were me, and, you know, I get it, I'm biased, but I feel like most people are in this boat, even if you don't sell online, is that if I'm a moron and I order something and I didn't pay attention to it, and then 7 months goes by and I realize, oh, crap, that didn't show up, I'm not going to contact the buyer. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm an idiot. I didn't notice because I ordered too much crap. So have a nice day. You know, I'm going to move on with my life. You know, it's not like this was $300 item. It's $12. You know, most of us spend $12 at lunch. Well, these days we spend more than that, but I'm just saying, you know, we throw away, most people throw away $12 and, you know, whatever. Okay, I lost $12. It happens. You know, that would have been my attitude to the whole thing, is I'm an idiot. I moved. I never got it. I did, you know, 7 months ago. This guy doesn't care. You know, moving on with my life. That's what would happen. I wouldn't even considered contacting the person and asking him to ridiculously, potentially refund me outside of eBay. I wouldn't consider it. I just wouldn't. We sold this. Ephemera. We sell these really well. This is our catch-all for all things ephemera that we don't want to sell individually. There's a lot of magazine ads in there. There's a lot of, you know, postcards that don't sell for more than like $1.50. There's some photos that maybe are just not great for us to sell individually. All kinds of stuff. There's a United States Coast Artillery Association card. I'm not sure what that is. I just noticed there's a bra advertisement on the front. Woohoo! That's funny. Large bust, medium bust, and small bust. Trying to keep it PG. So, guess we'll just go. Wow. The large bust one comes with some extra support. There's like some reinforcement underneath it. Alright. Anywho, yeah. So we sold that. I could have told you how much we sold it for. Huh? That would have been helpful. Overall value $24.98. So $15. Is that what we sold it for? $14 plus shipping. So these can go priority. We have them listed at £2 priority rate because they do go priority. This one will go first class because some of them are over £1, some of them aren't, and it's, you know, we don't really weigh them all, so we just sell them at a priority rate. And see, a lot of the times this happens too, where that's just a little too much of a gap. I mean, I could probably cram this thing close. You know what? No, that actually is going to work. Never mind. A lot of the times they're a little wide. They're a little too wide for this envelope. And so I, you know, don't ship them in this envelope. Because what I'll do is, I know, golden rule of YouTube, don't talk about shipping because everybody has their own. But a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll put them in this. And I know you're thinking, wow, Adam, you put it in this floppy envelope. No. Not just in that envelope. I'll put it in this envelope and then put it in this padded flat rate envelope. So this is just for rigidity, and we have some backing on these too, so there's a little extra rigidity. So I'll stick it in this, stick it in the padded flat rate, and ship it that way if it goes priority. But this one is going to go first class, so we make a little bit of money on shipping. So 12 ounces. And every now and again they'll go over £1 or $2. It just depends on what we got in there. But yeah. It certainly works out for us. First class. You know, no shame in making a little money on shipping. Do you guys make money on shipping? I mean, we don't make a fortune, but if it falls under the purview of, you know, we might make a little bit of money on this shipping, we'll gladly do it. Unless it's just a blatant ripoff. Like we see that in the postcard world all the time where people are like, $4 for shipping. And you're like, that seems like a lot. Ship a postcard. I mean, you know, first class, but even first class is more expensive than $4. So you're shipping it at a 60-cent rate, making $3. And I get it. You know, it's a numbers game, but still. You know, we try to be honest with it. What else do we sell? This is a Pittsburgh Exposition, like an expo program. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a general. The only successful annual expo. Can't pronounce the word in the United States. So it's just a Pittsburgh, I guess it's just showcasing Pittsburgh products. Sure. Yeah. So there it is. See, we don't make stuff like this anymore. We do, but it's computer generated and it doesn't look as nice. Somebody drew this, which is awesome. I wish we would make stuff like this again because I would read stuff like this just because of the way it looks. It's pretty cool. And this is like a crest of arms for Pittsburgh. It's actually on our flag. It's not red. I'm imagining that's the only color ink they had to deal with here. It's normally black and gold or black and yellow. But yeah, that's pretty cool. What do we got? Coffee, Satisfaction Coffee. What a great name. I wish that was still around. And then we got... who thinks of these products names? Famous Biscuits. What a great name. Famous Biscuits Company. Famous products that are noted for their purity and quality. Buy cakes and crackers out of red front cans. Famous Biscuits. And then we got Marathon tires right there. Look at that tire. Well, it's a pizza cutter is what we used to call those. But yeah, pretty cool. This sold for $12.50 plus shipping. And this is the kind of stuff we want to try and sell more of. We decided that we're really going to go after some other ephemera and try to sell more of this stuff, because this is a lot of these things. This could be one of a kind, or one of 10 that are still left in the country, because a lot of people read this stuff and it went right in the trash can. So there isn't a lot of this stuff out there. And who thought to keep something like this? A lot of people that maybe worked at that expo, or had a company that was at expo or something to that effect, probably kept them, but that's only a handful of people. So there's a possibility that this is one of 10 still left in the world. So it's kind of cool to buy this stuff, and people buy it frequently from us, because it's just really cool. So, and we don't make things like that anymore. All of our stuff is kind of bland products that just copy off of each other. But you guys get a kick out of this too. This is kind of what a typical day looks like in our house. When you're self-employed and you're working from home, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to walk from the back of my house to the front of my house. My house is not very big, but it's going to be funny, I promise. So back of my house, filled with cabbies. Then there's always, like Sarah's, what she's working on is going to be here. There's just a random cabbie on a stand with a skull on the wrap. That's her latest creation. And then there's always the pile of cabbies that she's working on and so forth. And then there's always the bag. Today's Juneteenth, so no mail today, but there's always the massive bag of weekend sales just chilling in our kitchen. And then we've got, chicken thawing for tomorrow's meal. And we've got Sarah's making brownies, so that's going to be fun. And then, we walk into the living room here, and then we got my little workstation set up, along with sleeping Peppy and sleeping cat, grooming cat. And then we're watching some YouTube, but we got something going on with this ad. Just stupid. I don't know why that's going on. We're going to skip this ad. Watching Paul, Philly Flipper. What's up, Paul? Cool shirt. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I actually forgot one last thing. When you make it to the entryway, you've got sleeping Chunker. He's protesting because he wants to go outside. And then there's cabbies out there. Sarah's drying some cabbies in the sun. So, there you go. That's typical, what our typical day looks like. Hey, back here. I'm going to talk about one more thing, and then we're going to get out of here. I've been toying around with some AI in Chat GPT, which I always get wrong and say GDP or something, which is gross. I don't remember what that abbreviation stands. Maybe it stands for something that I shouldn't be talking about. But anyways, I've been toying around with it, and I was listening to the Trash to Cash podcast yesterday and the day before on a few things. I might be behind by 3 or 4 episodes. I don't watch YouTube every day. I can't. Mainly because it would influence me and our shows, and also, I can't. I like a variety, so I kind of move around and watch some streaming services and other things and so forth. But they were talking about AI, and is it really going to revolutionize our job, or is it going to take our job? And taking our job, I don't know about that. That's a little ways off. But Revolutionize, yes, it's going to, and it will. We will gloss over all the conspiracy theories out there, and Cyberdyne systems and Terminator. Eventually they're going to take over the world, and we all know that. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. It's more of a Terminator joke than a conspiracy theory joke. Just settle down. All right. Anyways, yes. This is absolutely going to revolutionize how we do things. And eBay's already started to incorporate it. It's incorporated on the app. And I will tell you this, although it, garbage in, garbage out. So the more information you give it, the more likely it is to write something that you want. So just understand that I didn't put all the specifics in here when doing this, but I did put enough that it really impresses me. Our policy with this is if something gets returned to sender for us, we hang on to it, and it goes over here in this little pile, and we message the buyer, and if the buyer never messages back, in a couple months it'll go back into inventory. So this has been sitting here for quite a while. I think I've used this on a few examples. This is a postcard of Lincoln Highway east of Bedford, Pennsylvania. It's a linen postcard, just of a highway and a mountain. It's posted on the back, so forth. And I asked it to write, all I said was, write an eBay description. And I use voice to text on purpose, but I always use voice to text because I'm a crappy typer. I'm a poker. I ain't kind of typer. But I asked it, and this is all I said. I said, create an eBay listing of a postcard, Lincoln Highway east of Bedford, Pennsylvania. That's all I said. And this is what it came back with. Ready for this? I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read the title in the description and most of the description. So it said vintage postcard, and this is the title. So title, vintage postcard, Lincoln Highway east of Bedford, Pennsylvania. Almost perfect, except for the word vintage. The word vintage doesn't go well with eBay, for those of you that don't know. eBay almost ignores the word vintage at this point because it's overused. Anyways, but would it be bad to have that in there? No, it's not going to change the outcome of this selling. But when you're dealing with 80 characters only, vintage would be the first word that would go out of this title for me if I needed to put something more in it. And here's the description, and this is impressive because it didn't see this. It never saw this. So, I just described it. I don't have the one where you upload images. So description is this. Capture a piece of American history with this vintage postcard featuring a scenic scene of the Lincoln Highway located east of Bedford, Pennsylvania. This postcard offers a glimpse into the past, showcasing charming landscape that takes you back to a bygone era. Whether you're a postcard collector, history enthusiast, or simply want to own a nostalgic piece of Americana, this postcard is a must-have. Wow. I feel like, Morgan Freeman could do a live read of that, and it would resonate. The front side of the postcard showcases a picturesque view of the Lincoln Highway. Scary. I guess I knew that. Winding its way through the countryside. The image depicts a tree-lined road with rolling hills and fields stretching into the distance. Missed the river, but it got the hill part right. The charm and simplicity of this scene makes it truly a captivating snapshot of the early 20th century America. On the back of the postcard, there is a space for personal message and address, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know that it was posted. And I'm sure if I wrote in the description, or when I talked to it and said it was posted, it would have done something. And then it gives specifications, and so forth. And it does go into bid now and make this vintage Lincoln postcard a cherished addition to your collection. So it doesn't know that. I probably would have had to tell it it's a buy it now. And then it goes into shipping and handling. We offer fast and secure shipping to ensure your postcard arrives safely. The postcard will be placed in a protective sleeve. Didn't tell it that. And mailed in a rigid envelope. Didn't tell it that. To prevent bending during transit. Shipping costs will be calculated based on your location, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes into payment the payment through, it says we accept payment through PayPal, ensuring a secure and seamless transaction, which, I mean, technically we take PayPal, but we don't need to. You could just put your credit card in too. And then it has a return policy. It gives you 30 days. It says we strive for customer satisfaction. If you have any concerns or are not satisfied with your purchase, please contact within 7 days of receiving the postcard. We work to address any issues and provide a suitable resolution. That's what it says. And then it finishes with this. Take a journey through time and own a piece of American history today. Place your bid and make this vintage Lincoln Highway postcard yours. Happy bidding. That's impressive. I'm just saying. I mean, I know what you people are going to say, and I understand. It's smarter than us. It's gonna learn. Just kidding. Yeah. It absolutely is going to help us. Is it going to help us to the point where we might sell more? I don't think so. Because if everybody's using it, then all these descriptions are going to look like this. It will help you, though, I guess, in writing titles. Like, I'll give you an example of something that would be bad, and we'll just use... Okay, we don't have individual ones there. Sarah does the vast majority of photographs that we do because I'm just bad at it. She describes them a lot better than I do using keywords, and she has more experience with it too because she's listed a lot of more photographs. And I'm sure as time would go on, I would do it too. But I'm very simplistic in my descriptions, whereas Sarah's a lot more in depth. So I think it bodes better for her to be listing photographs. However, I can see this being a great tool for me, listing photographs. Like, if I had to list photographs, I bet this would help me a lot. Because if I told it to write me an eBay title for a photograph of two women standing in front of a Christmas tree in the 50s, it would probably write me a really good title. So, there's that. So yeah, it absolutely is going to change the way we do things. This is funny. I just got this notification. Thank you, Macari. Macari, for those of you that don't know, if you've been hiding under a rock, Macari finally... What is this focusing on back here? It really wants to focus on anything but my face. Macari finally did it, and now they actually have the ability to print 4x6 labels, which is ridiculous that it has taken them this long. And they have said in the past, you know, their grandiose excuse to doing this. We'll ship a few other things before we get out of here. Their grandiose excuse for this was, oh, we want to be more of a, website that the average person uses to clean out their closet. You know, I can't remember exactly how they worded it, but what is this focusing on? It's driving me crazy. It's focused on this. It doesn't like the shininess, I think. Whatever. Yeah, so that's what they wanted to be. They wanted to be like the everyman's or the every woman or the every person, excuse me for not being inclusive, the every person's website where anybody could use it. And that's, you know, what we're sticking to. And that's why, you know, our labels only come out on this stupid piece of paper, and it made no sense on many levels. And the main level it didn't make any sense on is that if I'm your every person, right? I have a bunch of crap in my house. Maybe I'm moving. And I want to sell off some stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to put it on Macari. And so I put some stuff on Macari. I sell off what I want to sell off. And then guess what? I don't come back for a while until I need to. So I take, you know, a couple years or 6 months or 10 years. And then the next time, I sold it on Macari last time. Let's do it again. So as far as a business model goes, it was stupid because people like us that sell regularly on Macari all the time are what's paying your bills or what's keeping your company afloat, because I'm selling every week. I'm listing things every week. I'm listing things almost every day. So why would you cater to a market that doesn't have consistent income or doesn't provide you with consistent income? You should cater to them, sure, because you want it to be accessible to them and you want it to be easy and so forth. That's fine. Because all of those things you're going to do to cater to the everyday person, the vast majority of those features are going to be fine for people like us. You know, I like their simplicity. I like their shipping, you know, how their shipping works. Don't worry about dimensions, just worry about weight. That kind of thing. That's easy. You know, and Poshmark, same way. I don't even have to think about shipping when it comes to Poshmark. I just list. Shipping is what it is. So those things make our jobs easier, so that's not a problem. But when you're catering by removing a feature, or not ever giving us that feature, it's stupid, because you're not penalizing the every person. You're just penalizing the people that pay your bills. So it doesn't make any sense. So welcome to 2006, Macari. We're real happy. You finally did it. We've all been begging you for years, and you finally did it. Now, if we could get eBay to get immediate pay going, well, not their version of immediate pay, but, you know, you buy something and you have to pay for it, or you send me an offer and I accept it, it charges your card. We can get that done. Things are looking up. So, all right, let's ship this out, and then we're going to get out of here. Somebody came through and really liked Euclid Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. So this is an aerial shot of Euclid Avenue and Huron Road, right there. And then there we got Euclid Avenue and 9th Street, Cleveland, Ohio as well. So, you can get a good shot of that one because it didn't focus. There we go. So yeah. Combined shipping when it comes to postcards is a little difficult. So for those of you that are used to it, you can't refund under $1. So this person paid $1.20 to ship all of it. And so you can't refund them because it's under $1. And most people know that and don't ask. Like this person. So, and if they ask, I'll give them the $1 back. But most of the time they don't ask. So, and typically 2 postcards will stay under an ounce. So, just an FYI, even in this rigid mailer, it'll stay under an ounce. So, get a little cheaper on shipping there. And there we go. Print that one out. And we're going to get out of here, if it ever, it's just thinking. Oh, hey, there it goes. Going back to Cleveland. I mean, it almost would have to, right? You buy 2 aerial shots of old Cleveland. If you don't live in Cleveland. Or from Cleveland, I guess. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little ranty, but I don't know. I felt it was fun to share this information with you because it's interesting. And, you know, we all go through weird conversations with the general public. So just know you're not alone. Anyways, if you guys made it this far, you might as well hit the like button and subscribe and so forth. That's it. See ya. Bye.
Good day, sir!